Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, and this time we're going to fully complete Total Rock here and rescue Princess Zelda. So let's head on into this dungeon for the second time. Nope, we don't want to go that way. Yeah, you can't turn around or change directions until you, well, you can't turn around until you hit one of the question blocks. You can change directions at where the track gets thicker. So, like up here at this intersection, if we hit the up button, we'll head up. So, but, oop, I missed hitting it. So, we have this little torch puzzle here. We have to light all 4 of these torches. So we're just gonna wait. Hit those 2 right there. That one there. Make sure we're holding left so that we don't go around that little loop. And that opens this doorway here. And we can just use our cane or our cape to get through these little things. You don't have to, but save some time. We get the key. We saw there was a key door earlier, but now we have the key to get there in that big room in the upper left. So we used a lot of magic power, but remember there's a lot of magic refills in this area, so we got our refill right there. So now let's head up to the upper left where that key door was. We saw it in our last episode. Head on into it. We got these monsters that remind me of the Poke monsters from Super Mario 2, the American release version. The cactus monsters. Every time you take out one of their body sections, it gets a little smaller, so hit that switch. We got chain chomps from Mario Brothers. So Mario enemies will be a common feature in Link's Awakening, the next Zelda game that I'll be doing. So we got these pipes. Felfal's gonna feel right at home. He's a little hamster. He loves running around in little pipes and tunnels. It's in his nature. So he's gonna have a fun time in this dungeon. Because we got all these pipes we gotta go through. So I guess that's kind of like Mario too. You know, Mario jumps down pipes and warps around. So we go for a little ride through these pipes. Look at Felfal go. He's really making progress. Whew. I'm gonna head into another room here, and there's gonna be 2 options. We want to take the first pipe. So, because eventually that's gonna take us to the middle there where that treasure chest is, and that's gonna be where the big key is. So, hit that switch. Just avoid that little thingamabopper. You don't want to turn back into the bunny. You do want to turn one of these anti-fairies though into a fairy. And there's that eye I mentioned about where the compass was. There's that eye thing there. When you step into its line of sight, it's gonna like shoot a laser at you, and that laser can't be blocked by your shield. So I have to find a way to deal with them. So, and here we got the big key. Let's crawl down another pipe. We'll be taken back into that first room we entered to when we went down into this basement. Go into another pipe, fill up our magic, and now that we have the big key, we can progress further into the dungeon. So we'll hop into this first pipe, and we get into the next room rather than take the first pipe available to us. Felfal is going to take the second pipe. Already got those. So now we're going to take the second pipe. Whee! Look, a Felfal motor. More of these cactus pokey enemies. Aha. That thing saved us. That thing that's shooting at us saved us. So, these tend to be pretty good to hit with your spin shot there, your spin sheet technique. And we'll head south. Both doors to the right will lead to dead ends. Well, not to dead ends, but rooms that we're going to get to later. So here we have a bunch of those evil eyes. Let's see what they'll do. So we can pull out our cane here to just, you know, make ourselves invincible. Plant a bomb here. And we're gonna head back out into the Dark World. We wanna grab our mirror. Because we're going to be able to access a ledge that we couldn't get to in the Light World any other way. Yeah, before we head back into the dungeon, we want to see if there's no way to jump down from that level from above, and it doesn't connect to any other cave. And it's really weird to see these enemies in the Light World. So we just shoot our arrows, and then we can maneuver those monsters over onto the right into the arrow. Remember, they move opposite of your direction, so shoot, move up, and they'll move down. And we get our final piece of heart. So we get a heart refill in the middle of the dungeon. That's pretty nice. Now we head back into the Dark World and back into Total Rock. We can just hook shot across here. And we get the mirror shield. Now this one will actually block those laser beams that those things are shooting at us. Those eyes. And Felfel's back to running through tunnels. What a happy little hamster. Mm-hmm. Got some bomb walls here to take care of. Now the bomb wall on top is going to have more of those bugs that pop out. Might get a better view of them coming out here now. I'm gonna walk around here, summon all these little blobs from the floor, because we need to defeat all those blobs so that we can push this block. And I'm gonna pull this tongue to summon some bombs. If that's the wrong one, pull the one on the left. That'll open up the thing. And we get this room full of all this treasure. And you can actually, if you're patient, you can actually get all the treasure without taking any hits, but I'm not very patient. There's gonna be a bunch of more anti-fairies that we can heal ourselves up with, so. Took a little shot there earlier. If you just watch where the things go, you can be safe, so. But, oh, took 2 hits, not too bad. But, alright, let's head back over to this room. Now let's head on our track. Yeah, there's those bugs coming up. Whoop. Ignore them. And, boomerang. Get that key. And head on down. 2 more floors to go. Uh-oh, back to another one of these tracks. This one's a little bit harder, though, because we have more obstacles, and there's a lot of different ways to go, so. We're just gonna wander around, collect some pots on the side. You don't have to collect the pots, but I just want to get some treasures. So we want to try to eventually make our way toward the middle there. We missed it over there to the left. There is a switch. We're gonna have to hit that switch because the way forward is in the southwest. But it's a door that has to be opened with a switch. Thankfully, you don't have to put anything on the switch because there's nothing to put on the switch, and we need the cane to create those platforms. So we hit the switch. Just wait for these fire things to go. And we head to the right here. Go left. And I just messed up there a little bit, but it's okay. The switch will never be closed, so. We go. And we head around, and we eventually get out of that room. Woo! Sprint across. And we need a key to get through that door. And there's gonna be one down here, so. See, our mirror shield can block that laser, but when you turn around the other way, the shield isn't on your back, so in order to avoid being hit in the back by those lasers, use your cape or your Staff of Bryna. And let's just head out here to another ledge. Our butter sword can actually defeat those red guys now. Yeah, we'll just take a little breather there, get out of there, and head on back up here. Now we got that key, we can... Ooh, little helmet sword knocked us down. And we have another little maze thing coming up here. a switch maze, but plenty of opportunities to refill our life. So, and we'll be able to refill magic as well. So just wander around. It's not too complicated. So just hit the switches, grab the skulls, get their treasures that they have. Ta-dunk. Our sword beams will shoot over the ledges, so got a little bit of magic there. Ooh, the bubble is blocking our thing. We could, I guess, went the long way to get these two pots, but we had to get up that other one anyway. So click, click, and here we are, basically at the final level. We're gonna need a lot of magic power for the boss, so what we want to do is we want to create our little thing there, and then get the refill. That way we have all the magic we need. And we're gonna need both the ice and the fire rod for this boss. So, got a little preview of the bosses there, a three-headed thing. We got a fire head, an ice head, and then a rock head. So first you want to freeze the head with the opposite element. The fire head will shoot a beam of fire, which will eventually disappear. The ice one will shoot an ice beam that actually will turn the floor into ice, and that'll stay out through the rest of the battle. So once we defeat the two heads, the shell will be destroyed, and the rock head's gonna come out. It's gonna be like a big snake, and the middle of the snake's body is gonna be vulnerable. It's gonna start glowing there. With our butter sword, we can pretty much cut right through this guy. Cut through the heads easier too, so that's a good thing to get the upgrade there. So with that, we're gonna get our last heart container, and we're also going to rescue the last maiden, Princess Zelda. Let's see what she has to tell us. Thanks, Fel. No problemo. That was a fun maze. Got to run through a bunch of little tubes. Appeal to my hamster nature. I appreciate you coming. You're coming so far to rescue me, as I thought you are the legendary hero. Who would have thought a little hamster would have turned out to be a big hero? His mom would have. I have felt this from the first time we met. Ganon is waiting inside of his tower to pass through the gate linking the two worlds. Once Ganon enters the light world, it is unlikely that anyone can stop him. But if he stays in the closed space of this world, you can find him wherever he runs. Now, go to the Tower of Ganon. We'll use our combined powers to break the barrier. Let's return peace to the country without fail. Do we understand? Absolutely! Fel knows what he has to do. He has to head to Ganon's tower. And it is in the same location as the Tower of Hera was in the Light World. But before we head to that tower, what we want to do is we want to head to the fortune teller. Because, you know, we need to get some new fortunes. Head over here. Too bad we can't use the thing in the dark world, the bird. So let's get some fortunes. We have an interesting destiny. Of course we do. We're the hero. What do you have to tell us? You will need silver arrows to give Ganon his last moments. Well, we were kind of told that, but like I said, you technically don't need the silver arrows to do that, but it's much easier with the silver arrows. So we got one more fortune. You will run into a barrier if you try to enter Ganon's tower. Alright, well, we got all our fortunes, so let's go run into that barrier. That barrier isn't going to be a problem, because we now have the power of the 7 maidens. And remember, when combined with the power of the courage of the knights, of which Fel is the last remaining member, great things will happen. So we're gonna head back up to the top of Death Mountain. Luckily, our warp point back there is still there. As long as you don't use any of those teleporters, or the castle to enter the Dark World. The little squiggly thing that takes you back into the Dark World that we used with the magic mirror will still be there, so let's head on back up to it. Da-donk. Run through those worms. We can refill our life by getting the fairy here. It's always gonna be there. This time though, we're gonna avoid hitting that guy so he doesn't block our way forward. Da-donk. Get this block out of the way. Ugh. And let's warp back into the Dark World. Now we can head over to the west. Grab some extra rupees. We lost a little bit there when we got our fortune told. But now we're gonna head over to the left, to the west, to Ganon's Tower, which would have been a dead end if you came before you have all 7 crystals, all 7 maidens rescued. But we'll get a cutscene here now instead because we have the 7 maidens. We are going to break the barrier of Ganon's Tower with our power. And now that little pillar in the front there is going to break open. Steps are going to come down. Why couldn't we just climb? You know, Belfel's a hamster. He's probably a good climber. Let's check out what anything over here. We got some rocks to bash down, but oh, no treasures, so oh well. Well, let's head on into Ganon's Tower, the final dungeon in the game, and it's kind of a doozy, so it's going to take a little bit to do, so start off in our next episode. Take care, have a good day. Bye!